everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Back in the Day. And today we will be looking into the recreation of Chef Anna Polyviou's Firecracker dessert, and hope you guys enjoy.
You'll all be coming together. Your dream of that apron is becoming more real. Half an hour to go. Come on, guys. Almost there. Come on, Brandon.
I've made all the components, so now I'm just clearing the bench so I can assemble the firecracker. The first part of assembly is stacking the coloured discs in the right order. Lay the raspberry gel. The raspberry gel disc with the peanut group on either side will go right in the centre of the firecracker. Push out one of the raspberry marshmallows. Then on the other side of that will be my marshmallow, topped with the peanut butter cremone and the cold set brulee.
16 by 5 PVC tube, cling film side down.
So to make the firecracker, first of all we put one of the crunch discs in the end. Then we add mousse. Then add the discs that are in the right order, hopefully. Push that down, add more mousse, and keep layering up the dessert until we've got all the layers in the right order surrounded by mousse.
The last turn's got to be solid, about 10 to 12 minutes.
Feels really good. I've actually created something that's starting to look like Anna's dish, and it's so exciting.
I can't believe how quickly he caught up. I know.
Heads up, heads up. It's really important you read the recipe and you assemble the elements in the right order. So it's all there in your recipe.
Yeah. I feel like I've done really well so far, but everyone in that kitchen is working as hard as I am today, so I need to make sure that my firecracker is perfect. I'm just trying to read through to make sure that I got that firecracker right. Just trying to understand everything. And suddenly it dawns on me, I'm missing the bottom layer of my crunch. Oh. What's wrong? Forgot to put one of these at the bottom. I just can't believe I haven't added it to the other end of my firecracker.
She forgot to put something at the bottom.
Yeah, one of the crispy edges.
Is there any way to get through to the bottom?
There is no way that I can fix this mistake without ruining the other elements.
I've got probably the most tricky bit left to do, the tempering the chocolate. I'm sweating, I'm nervous, I've got hardly any time to do it. I'm under loads of pressure and I've just got to get this done.
Place the chocolate in a microwave-safe bowl, about 40-second bursts. How much chocolate?
Tempering the chocolate is probably one of the most crucial elements of this dish. Will give it that nice crack when you cut into it. This is also the element where the transfer goes on, so it's the first thing that judges will see. If that's not beautiful and shiny and neat, it's not going to look like Anna's dish.
So the chocolate melts in the microwave, and I come back to my bench and I put it on a marble board and I move it around until it gets down to 31 degrees.
That looks great, Em.
Still at 74. I'm looking at my chocolate and it's just not coming down. It's still at 74 degrees. But it's so hard.
Are you on Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Oh, it was Fahrenheit.
Just melt it again.
I thought it was getting too thick. I can't believe it. Rookie error. Thanks, Brian.
Absolutely exhausted, but I've got so much adrenaline pumping around my body. I lay the mousse insert on top of the chocolate and I'm really excited because I can see I'm rolling this up into a cylinder that's actually looking like Anna's, and I can see the transfer on the outside and it looks incredible. And I had no idea that this was even going to be remotely possible for me to do. I'm really proud of myself for having done what I've done.
2 minutes to go! Don't give up! Come on!
The pressure is really intense. I'm really rushing at this point. Really trying to make sure at the same time I don't make any more mistakes.
Christina takes the mould off the firecracker and I can already see the transfer around the mousse.
Oh no.
Oh, penny's gonna drop now. She's tempering her chocolate, but because she's already used her transfer, unless she fixes it somehow, the firecracker's just gonna have chocolate on the outside.
I'm panicking quite a lot at this point. It's quite tricky to get the chocolate around my PVC mould. Then I realised the transfer is supposed to be the first thing you see.
30 seconds! Come on!
I've really got a motive for this last step. So I get more transfer acetate. I spread my tempered chocolate on top and I roll my mould in my tempered chocolate with the acetate on the outside.
10 seconds! 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it!
Awesome work. What an inspiration.
Ah, you're a pocket rocket, Em.
That cook was the most fun thing I've ever done in my life. I'm so happy that I just put up an Polyviou dessert. I never thought I'd be able to do anything like that, and I achieved it. I want that apron so badly today. I fought so hard today to get it. I just hope it's for me. I still can't believe I didn't put the crunch at the bottom of my firecracker, but I feel like everything else is pretty perfect. I'm really excited that this could still be a winning dish today.
How happy are you? Look at the smile on your face.
I am so happy today that I got to put up an Anna Polyviou dish.
Shall we crack it open?
Yes, yeah.
Hello, you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
The only thing I want to say is already written on the plate. Boom, wow, bang.
That's the best mousse I've tasted so far. That is really nice to eat. It's great on the tongue, great finish, perfect.
Thank you.
The textures of each one of those little inserts, the marshmallow, the brulee, the cremo, absolutely bang on. Have we got a negative?
I'm just looking for the crunch.
Yeah.
So one thing. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm feeling great about what I put up, but Anna obviously noticed my mistake. It was the only negative thing about my dish, but I just hope it doesn't affect my chances of getting that apron.
Oh my God.
Next up, Aram.
I've no idea if I've done enough to get an apron. All I know is that I'm really proud of myself for having done what I've done, and I'm just really, really happy to be taking up something like that to the judges.
Oh my. Aram, you've run ultra marathons, you've crossed continents, you've swum oceans. How did that 3.5 hours compare?
It felt a bit more like a sprint than a marathon, to be honest.
Yeah.
It went so quickly, it was so intense, but amazing.
It looks amazing. I think that's the best casing we've seen. It's absolutely pristine.
It's wrapped really, really well. It's really tight and really well done, actually.
You know what it's all about, though? It's all about that dreadful moment when George cuts it open. Fingers crossed. Come on, have a look. Wow. How good's that?
This is what we want, isn't it?
We have a battle on our
Yeah,
hands,
we do
don't
have a battle.
Anna, what do you reckon about the look of the cracker?
Oh, that looks like a pastry chef has created that. So, great work.
Be all about texture in the end and the flavour of that chocolate mousse.
Absolutely.
Go on then, dive in.
Wow. Am I allowed to say that's my favourite so far?
Yes, you are. Yes, please go ahead and say that.
I really love what you've done. The crunch is a little bit thick, but the assembling of it's great. Overall, I think it's going to be a really tight decision, to be honest.
What I love about it, the temper on the chocolate is just crack. You know, mousse is soft. It's a brilliant job. It really is.
So Emily, let's start with you. The mousse was powerful and full of flavour. The chocolate was perfectly tempered. And the textures of all those inserts was bang on. Aaron, you were up against stiff competition. And your dessert was line ball. But not with Emily's, with Anna's, and that is why you have the last apron in the top 24. Congratulations.
I'm absolutely elated. The past 3 days have been one hell of a roller coaster, and now finally I've got an apron. Makes it all the sweeter, and it's just the most amazing moment.
This is the end of today's episode, and catch us in our next episode of Back in a Day.